racism. Also, reading. Movie treats B-17 bombers like they're made out of paper mache when they were actually much tougher than this in real life thanks to all aluminum construction. In other words, it's going to take way more than a couple of taps on the trigger to down one of these monsters. Germans, let's get them! How f***ing weak-minded do you have to be to not realize this is obviously a trap? Do drill instructors in the Air Force not teach pilots the difference between a plane that just wants to lure you away from your mission and one that actually wants to blast you to smithereens?
Where are the damn fighters going? They've gone chasing scalps, leaving us unprotected again.
Again? You mean they got away with this before? Were there literally any survivors on the last bomber run? And if so, how come no one's considered getting these guys brought up? Because this literally counts as insubordination. You just gotta love it when a soldier chooses bragging rights over following mission protocol. With the amount of over-the-top Hollywood-esque bullshit that we see throughout this film, I won't be surprised if Michael Bay was actually the one directing this thing behind the scenes. In case you confused it with Normandy in 1944.
Joker, you alright?
Nope. Feel like I'm flying my grandfather's Buick. Coolant indicators all over the map.
Alright, Red 4, you're done. Take it on home.
Jumping to conclusions.
That's my luck. I get stuck with the flying brick.
That's a pretty bold statement to make when you're all using the exact same machinery.
Wait, easy. We gotta take it head on. Low, so the guns can't hit us.
It's my decision, Lightning.
And this type of thinking is the exact reason why you, Junior, and Joker almost died in this turkey shoot because of your blatant refusals to be rational. There is no way Lightning should be able to take down this train with the turrets from both of his wings. He'd have to line up either one of his wings with the train's boiler for the bullets to take maximum effect. This whole scene is just stupid. Like 75 cents worth of stupid. Love at first sight cliche.
It's been a long time since you've seen your sweetheart. Too bad she's dancing with someone new.
Random joke about your significant other possibly cheating on you while you're away is random AF. Do army bases not have bathrooms inside the cabins? Why would you ever brush your teeth inside your helmet? You know, the thing that goes on top of your head?
The old man stateside, fighting the good fight. And when he comes through for us, we better be damn sure ready to do the same for him. Any of you feel otherwise, any of you want to wash yourselves out, I'll have you on the next thing smoking back home to make room for the men who want to stand and fight.
But would it truly be worth it though, considering the army in this era was notorious for treating black soldiers as nothing more than disposable less than's? So who's to say they'll actually remember and cherish your efforts during the war instead of simply brushing it all under the rug? Add that to the fact you've already got to deal with mass amounts of racism in your own soil. Who's to say things will be different once you get overseas?
We got 3 planes. Got hydraulic pumps and shot. 2 more got back up.
Another thing that might trigger aviation experts is this film's representation of the P-40. Yeah, it's true, there were no P-51, but there were miles from the unreliable jalopies that are displayed here.
I need it back by nightfall. And ask him if she's got a sister.
Yeah, blind one.
Nah, Coffee, it's time for you to leave base. Ain't no way you're coming back from that.
If he hadn't embarrassed the brass by leaking that report to the press, they probably would have let you wither and die. His politicking bought you time.
For what?
Operation Shingle.
I don't want you to put your career on the line for me, Jack.
And why wouldn't you? Aren't you the same guy that said,
We have a right to fight for our country, the same as every other American. So you shut us down, or you let us fly.
and now when the opportunity arises for your unit to be proven worthy of actual combat, you want to chicken out? When someone gives you a chance like that, you're supposed to reach out and embrace it with both arms open.
I can't believe I made it. Don't tell Easy I was late.
Junior, you are literally on the same comm line as all the other pilots, so who's to say he's not listening in on this? Major Stance believes all of these pilots can hear this one gunshot while they sit inside half an inch of reinforced glass. Why is it that some forms of media love to have the main villain of a story bear the number one on their vehicle? Nathan McCain in Grid Legends, Guy Gagné in Turbo, this German flight leader. Shall I go on? And yes, you can make the point that the previous two IPs I mentioned are motorsports based, but still. If you thought the latest CGI from Marvel was god-awful, just wait till you get a little of this. This is the face that most Europeans make when they hear Americans refer to football as soccer.
8 German fighters or 80 German fighters, it still doesn't change what I think of you and your boys.
We don't care.
Respect the uniform.
Believe me, sir, that is all I have respect for.
I can't afford the kind of losses my bombers have been suffering.
Then perhaps start actually punishing the idiots that choose glory over the orders they were given? Like, give them menial labor for the next several months, or even dishonorably discharge them. Otherwise, these behaviors are going to keep occurring over and over. Just take a look at Disney nowadays. Why didn't anyone tell me that Sofia Vergara had a twin sister?
Hey, go home.
You can tell that this guy's the type to tell his superiors that he's not racist against black people because he has black friends back at home. There are so many things you are not allowed to do on an army base, and I'm pretty sure consumption of alcohol is number one on that list. Some bullshit. What do you mean, Gesundheit? I didn't even sneeze. Deacon survives this. Also, what the Anthony Hemingway? You almost had a smidge of realism in this movie, and you just had to it up. Now, on top of the 75 cents I've added earlier in the movie, here comes another 400.
But don't worry. It's not so we can hang you or anything.
Things that most racists like to say shortly before claiming their victims. You know the rest of the squad is lacking, where the only thing they watch on a consistent basis are Lightning's glory runs.
No one cares what you do when you're in town. How you relax is your business.
This coming from a guy who flies like he's got some kind of death wish.
Easy would be an excellent pick for the CinemaSins draft.
These fellas are the Red Tails.
Roll credits.
When you get upset, when you get mad, you turn red. When you get envious or sick, you turn green. When you become cowardly, you turn yellow. And y'all got the nerve to call us color.
No. He's got a point.
If a certain young lady by the name of Jenny had a role in this film, you already know what she'd be saying.
Run, Forrest! Run!
100s, 109s, 190s. Possibility of 262s, German jet fighters.
Jet fighters?
Well, you didn't expect the Luftwaffe to keep relying on turboprop aircraft for the rest of the war, now did you?
Made so many mistakes. No, you've made one big mistake.
Letting a soldier that is half blind fly into combat anyway? Because right now, that should be answer number one.
Every decision that you make isn't gonna always be the right one.
Elon Musk, after buying Twitter, be like, of course an alcoholic's gonna alcoholic. What's the purpose of making a deal with your wingman if you're not even gonna try to keep up your end of the bargain?
By my reckoning, we're deep into Germany. It's a little creepy we haven't seen any fighters yet.
Top 10 quotes that aged poorly. Just want to take a quick moment to point out that this piece of dialogue is some BS. No German war pilot would ever say this over the radio, no matter how big and back they think they are. And they most definitely wouldn't have this face while they're doing it. Come on, George Lucas, knock it off with the creative licensing. Stick to making crappy Star Wars sequels and leave the World War genre alone. Who knew that the machine guns on an ME-262 could sound exactly like the gunshots from a 30mm cannon? Nah, seriously, who knew that?
I got the throttle wide open. They're too damn fast.
Yeah, no As versatile as the P-51 may be, you really think you have a chance at chasing down the latest in German flight technology? 262s are like Ezel for Friday. You just ain't catching them. Even more crappy CGI that puts Marvel to shame.
Now we're losing power on engine 4. That's it for us, guys. We're turning around.
But you still have two engines that are working perfectly, though. Making the assumption that all black people are from Africa. Now that's race. Oh, it's the 1940s, who am I trying to kid? Also, Lightning survives this. This is the reaction that nearly every gamer had when they found out EA was going to buy out Codemasters. Also, EA.
I've been to hell and back, so you will no longer call me Junior. From now on, you will address me as the fabulous Rager.
That's not what it says in your birth certificate, kid.
So you're a flat-hatter. We'll work on that. But for now, let's see if we can turn low and sloppy into low and fast.